For me, what's the toughest thing I have to do every day? And I do something like an hour and a half to 2 hours of what I call mind body fitness every morning. And there's a lot of meditation in it. So my biggest comment that would be somewhat anti-yoga, anti-meditation, and then anti-fitness is they separate those three. And if you do that, you separate all those things, you wind up having very little time to do any one of those three things well. So the way I do it would be more, I think, like a hunter-gatherer would have done it centuries ago, where on that walk to where the game is coming through, whether it's 8 miles or 18 miles, you're in this meditative zone, maybe a trance, and you have to be aware of your surroundings. You don't want to be attacked by something or someone on your way to the hunt. So you have to be aware, but you also have to be in the zone to calm yourself, to walk with perfect proprioception, with perfect awareness, with good posture, because when you get to that animal, whether it's you alone and you have a weapon, or you're doing persistence hunting and you've got 5 people, you need to have your full, maybe 80 or 90% capabilities with you to go on that. If it's a running type of a hunt, you need that full force. So if you're walking a long distance and you're wearing yourself down, it's not going to work. So that's one part. So I think there was a lot of meditation and trance-like things and a spirituality on that hunt. And then when you get there, you may have to, if it's a weight type of a thing, then you have to be like the people who are the people with the long rifles in the military,
like snipers.
Snipers, yeah, the snipers. They get their heart rate low. They could be in a survival walled thing that's maybe 2 feet high. So I talk to these guys. They have to be able to do a full exercise program, meditation, go to the bathroom without going up over 2 feet because somebody's sniping it down. So I take all of that stuff, and I typically go to a different place every morning, whether it's a trail, it could be a parking lot, it could be a children's playground, it could be an adult bar area, it could be the beach. Any of those, or it could be a martial arts gym or a fitness center. So I do that every morning, and that's not the hardest part of my day. The hardest part of my day is finding what I would call appropriate, because there's certain times I know that my intuition's telling me to eat a certain food, and it's not from a chance binge type of an impulse. It's really from knowing your body. And since I've spent a lot of time what I would call seeking self-mastery, I know what my body needs more often than not. I would guess that by now at 57, I'm probably over 90% knowing what it needs at the right time. So finding that place where I could sit down and have a meal if I'm traveling, and then finding stuff it doesn't have to be organic all the time, but it has to be healthfully prepared and a good quality meat if it's meat, good quality vegetables. That's the hardest thing for me to do in the modern era. I don't know what you think about that.
Yeah, I think that's absolutely 100%. I mean, for me, I don't eat organic the whole time either. There's times in my life where I have done, but these days I travel so much that when you're traveling, you can't eat organic, and so it's fine. Like you're saying, it's about eating healthy food, and I'm a big believer that moderation is. Moderation in life is key to being healthful, and so it was interesting to come back. I love your walking active meditation, and I agree completely that I think in traditional cultures there was a large amount of that. There's a lot of space to just be in traditional cultures, and I actually think that's a very important aspect to mental health, is that we have that space to just be and be in flow state, and being and another you're almost in oneness in that just beingness, awareness, and so I think that's another kind of key missing aspect. We have a number of essentials that we work with clients to help them be their healthiest, and one of those is meditating every day, and breathing diaphragmatically, and just for obvious reasons is the meditation helps you, it gives you a space to just be, and the breathing diaphragmatically helps manage the stresses that we experience in the modern world.